How's it going, guys? I hope you enjoyed that little introduction there. This is Take Me Back, Deja Vu, a real sleeper tune from Van Halen, which I absolutely love. So many of you guys know me for teaching rocky tunes and playing some of the lead stuff like this. But in this case, I want to give you a tune that's really, really nice, especially if you want to tone it down a notch, play something that's a little bit more ear-friendly for the misses, or if you want to go and woo a lady, go for it. But this particular one is really, really awesome. You get your Van Halen fix, you're playing something that blends the familiar with the slightly more complex, and also contains some really cool little nuggets that I hope you can weave into your songwriting. In this video, I'm using a Wolfgang special in Chlorine Burst. Let's have a marvel of that quilt top for just a moment, shall we? I'm tuned to standard tuning, and I'm plugged into a Yamaha THR32 amp. Put your lady down, grab your guitar, let's do this. To follow along with this tutorial, you need to be in standard tuning, and another tip as well, you need to keep your wrist for your picking out really, really floppy and have that feel as though you're just brushing the strings. That allows you to capture those really, really nice sort of scratches between each chord, which is really, really important for the feel of the song. Just to show you what the chords are, you've got open D string, that's over every single chord we're going to play. So then you've got 7 on the G and B, and 5 on the high E. But take note, when you're fretting the high E, you should have your index finger on the B string as well. You need that for the next chord. So there's your first chord. Take the little finger away for the next chord. Following chord, you remove the ring finger on the G, and then add the middle finger instead, so you can play the 6th fret on the G. That is your third chord. Next chord is taking the original shape, moving it down 2 frets. Then the next chord, you take both fingers away, so then you've got 4 on the G string and 3 on the B and high E. Now what I'm going to do is play each part really, really slow so you can see the strumming pattern here. And remember, you're brushing the strings really lightly, okay? And try and get some of those scratches in the middle, so. Break down that strumming pattern a little bit more and maybe separate it into chunks a little bit. So little scratch there in between before you go to this sort of A major-y sounding chord with the D and the bass. So between each chord you've got a couple of scratches down and up. So love that end one there. So that sort of concludes your little intro there. When you repeat that, you've just got a little bit of cruising on the open D there to keep the piece moving, if you like. The next part I'll play slowly and then break it down for you. Slow as I can get it without losing the feel. And what you've got here is an open low E, hammer on to 2, then hammer on to 3. Open A, hammer on to 2 and then pull off to open. Then you hit D chord, right the way through. And note there, I'm not using the major third there on the end, eliminate that. Then I'm doing a down up to keep the D chord alive. Again, you're keeping the piece rolling, constant strumming. And the next part, you've got D2 with some vibrato. Pull off to open. But hit that D chord again. Then we're going to go round again but have a different ending. It's really cool this. You got This feels awesome. What you've got is an open E, hammer onto 3, open A, pick 2, and then pull off to open. Then what you've got here is a really cool chord, very typical of Eddie and his clean stuff. So if you ever want to borrow a little staple of his chord progressions, this is one of them. You've got, let's simply play an A power chord if you like, open G, and then with the little finger you're going to add the 3rd fret on the B to get this. For the case of Take Me Back, you're just playing the whole chord, just brushing through. Then with an upstroke you're going to get the open high E. Then resolve on A major 7 there. So you take the little finger away and then go to 2 on the B string. So you can hear that all together. But all you do is repeat. Resolution. So you go weird chord, open high E, B string, G string, then A major 7. Now the verse riff is awesome. There's some really weird shit going on for most of it, but it starts off really tame. You've got 2 hits of a D major chord. Nothing wrong with that, and you can start to hit the guitar a little bit harder now. And now what you've got is 2 chords, then resolves on D major. Just to break down what these chords are, imagine it like this. You've got the top end of a G chord, so you've got 3 on the B and high E. Then with your index finger, you're going to position it on 2 of the A. So it's kind of like a G chord, but minus the root, right? But when instead, you're going to brush through from the A all the way up to the top. Don't worry about the D string. That should be muted with the index finger. Then what you're going to do is move that chord up 2 frets. Then resolve on D major there. On the way, you're going to collect a couple of little scratches because you're still strumming. Then hit that D chord again to reassert that sort of sound. Now, weird fill coming up. And what this fill is really cool. A bit of a stretch if you've got small hands, but you should be fine, I think. You've got open A, hammer onto 4, use your index finger here, I recommend. 2 on the G, and then little finger on the 5th fret of the B string. Quickly change index finger to 2 on the A, open G, and then 3 on the B string. Excuse me. Oh my god. Then back to the D chord there, where we go round again. So you got, now that chord, it's a reminder of that sort of second section we have. He resolves to this a lot in the song. You've got that really weird chord from before. Open high E, 3rd on the B, back to A major 7. Really slow bend on the 3rd fret of the low E. Then 4 hits of an A chord, and you can hit this a little bit harder. Conveys confidence. And now you end up hitting a different fill the second time you go around. It's the same chords as before, you just play the second one slightly different. So you go, and what I'm doing there is I'm playing 2 on the A, open G, then on the way back down I'm doing 3 upstrokes in a row. It's open high E, B string, 3rd fret, then G, open again. Add some palm muting on there too, it gives that really nice sort of sticky feel. And back to that nice D major sound there, and through we go. So go back to the part we played before. Now fellas, go press your lady. That's the song. Thank you very much for watching this tutorial, you guys. I hope you've liked what you've seen. Please make sure you like, subscribe if you enjoyed it. There's plenty more coming your way. If you feel so inclined, please check the description box below. If you want some one-to-one tuition with me, I teach Skype lessons as well. So if you'd be interested in some of that, please get in touch. The contact details are down below. Take care, guys. See you later. And remember, like and subscribe. Bye-bye.